Hi guys, welcome back to the I'm Factor podcast. I'm your host, Gabriella, where I talk about career, lifestyle, self-care and wellness, and other major topics adults go through. The I'm Factor is all about understanding what you bring to the table and using that factor to help you live your best life. I bring impactful guests and experts on along the way to showcase the I'm Factor in action. I hope this episode motivates and inspires you in some way. Thanks for listening, and let's get into it. I am beyond excited, honored, and thrilled to have this iconic trio on the I'm Factor podcast today. These women are icons in the luxury beauty world, and you may recognize them from the amazing glam on A-list celebrities, social media influencers, and brides around the world. Senda Ceka is a luxury bridal and celebrity hairstylist. Her sister, Drita Paljevic, is a luxury bridal celebrity makeup artist. And Diana Dodic is Senada's eldest daughter and is a hairstylist specializing in styling, color, and bridal looks. They have worked with celebrities such as BB Rexa, Christine Quinn, many of the Bravo celebrities and housewives, which you know I am utterly obsessed with, and many more. They have been featured in fashion magazines and on the runways of New York Fashion Week. This family trio travels around the world creating works of art and also teaching their crafts through masterclasses and online courses. So I am so excited to dive into their stories and am truly honored to have them in their podcasting debut. So without further ado, I would love to welcome the beautiful Senada, Drita, and Diana to the I'm Factor podcast. Welcome, loves.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to be here.
This is so exciting.
Of course. I am so excited. And originally, I found you guys on Instagram, I want to say back in like 2018, 2019. And I was truly, truly stunned. I remember I showed my husband, Ryan. I think it was Senada's work that I saw first. And it just, all of your work is true artistry. Like it really looks like a piece of artwork, yet what's so beautiful is that you don't take away from the individual's like natural beauty too. And you guys stood out for me from day one, and we were just like in the early stages of our relationship, and I remember I was like, when I get married, I need this trio on my wedding day. Like there's no other option. And when we were looking at wedding venues, my husband thought I was crazy, but I was like, Ryan, I don't care what dates our venue has. Like I need to make sure Senada, Drita, and Diana are available. And then we could go to the wedding venue and tell them these are the dates that are available, and then let's do it. So it's such a full circle moment because I've been following you guys on social media for years, and then I was so grateful to have you guys on my wedding day, and I just can't thank you guys enough. Seriously, thank you guys so much.
Thank you. It's
Such a pleasure. You were the best bride ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. We had a lot of fun.
So much fun
We
that
had a lot of
day.
fun. Even though there's like all these things happening, and we'll get into it. I'm sure you guys have so many stories.
Yeah, but you
with
made it
brides.
very easy too.
Thank
She
you.
was a calm
Good,
bride.
yes.
You were a calm bride.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I tried my best. I was like, I'm not going to be a bridezilla. There's no reason to be like, it is what it is at this point. And like, I just wanted to enjoy it. And it was amazing. And a big life hack is to have people on your wedding day, vendors, anyone that you truly love, and bring the right energy. Like you guys were absolutely incredible. And also, of course, such professionals in the space. So it was a pleasure.
And also I feel like when the bride is nice and sweet and she has that good energy, I feel like everything else is like great, you know?
Yes.
She brings that energy for that
Totally.
day.
She's the center, focal
Yes.
point. So like
if
everything
she
else
is
will radiate from
nervous,
her.
I feel like nothing goes right.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
feel like
things go
we
wrong.
work, to be honest with you, I think we work with that energy, and I feel like
I
you
feel
give
them.
like 100%. When someone has like that positive energy, just like
For sure.
I feel like everything goes
Yeah.
in the place once you know the bride or anyone like has a good like energy, everything falls into place.
Yes.
But I feel the energy. It's crazy because when I'm doing their hair, I feel it if the bride is nervous or she's relaxed.
Yeah.
And that goes through
And
me.
that
I
affects
feel like
you,
I'm like,
right.
okay, I feel her, you know, even she doesn't have to talk. She doesn't have to say anything to me, but I
Just
feel
her
her.
she can be the quietest.
Yeah, she can be very
Like-
quiet, but I'm like, I feel her. It's like weird. I'm like, oh my God, I feel her energy. And I'm like, I know she's nervous, you know,
Yeah.
like, you know, I try to calm her down. I talk to her,
Yeah.
you know.
But once you get to talk to them and like they know, like, okay, you know what? It's fine. This
Yeah.
is-
And you
it's
guys are
happening.
great at that. Like even when I came for the trial, honestly, I think I was more nervous on the trial day than I was on my wedding day for whatever reason. And you guys are just so calming also. And again, it's like the energy and the vibe. It was so beautiful. And we'll get into everything, but I really want to start off because present day, right? You guys are just such incredible icons in the luxury hair and makeup space. It truly is
Thank you,
incredible.
Gabby.
But it took a lot to get you guys where you guys are today. So I would love to start off with like personal background and story. So who are you guys? Who's Senada? Who's Diana? Who's Drita? Give us an overview.
Who are we?
Give us an overview in general, your version of your biography, where are you guys from, and just the lay of the land.
But well, it's easy because it's, you know, we all related. So
Yeah, I know.
Which is incredible.
So Drita, me and Drita are sister. Diana's my daughter. So like
This trio is incredible.
the trio, yeah.
Incredible.
it's like easy now.
we cannot be without each other. Like, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an amazing
work
support
really good
system though, like
together.
right then and
Yes.
there, you know, like that's
If
pretty
something
awesome.
if something goes, you know, like we help each other. Like something goes wrong with me, like Diana's there to
We always support. Yeah.
protect. I mean, like support me. If she needs me, I'm there to help her. You know.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
But
it
yeah.
really is amazing.
But we come from a little town. We come from Montenegro, me and my sister. Diana was born here.
Very nice. That's in Albania, right?
From Montenegro, which is,
Okay.
would say, I have to say this, ex-Yugoslavia, because like a lot of people don't know where Montenegro is. So
Right.
it's Montenegro used to be in Yugoslavia. Now like we are not.
Because of the war,
Okay.
we got
Yes.
separated. So it's like a little country.
But we come from a very little town called Ulcin. Senada came here like 25 years ago.
I'm here for 25 25
Wow.
years. I was here 19 years old
Wow. So you
Yeah.
moved from Montenegro
Yeah.
to the US
by
at
myself.
19.
No parents here. No one
Oh my
came
gosh.
here. 19.
Yes. On her.
Both our marriages back then we had
We had arranged.
We had arranged marriages, yes.
It's a cultural, and pretty much like Senada came here.
I got engaged in here in New York. Drita
Okay.
got engaged in Australia, so we were like
We were separated. And it
Separated.
was just like such a
Yeah.
shock for us because we
we lived
were
far
like
apart.
young and we pretty much kind of lived in a little bubble. Like we didn't, we just went to school, home, and then going to New York, Senada,
Yeah,
and me
going
going
to
to,
this
Melbourne in Australia on your own. It was like a cultural shock for both of us.
Also so young.
Yeah,
very
18,
young.
19 years old. That's young.
Very young.
Wow.
And then Senada had Diana
I
after she got married.
Yeah, I had Diana when I was 20 years old.
Wow.
I was a baby.
So you guys had arranged
Having a
marriages
baby.
culturally when you guys were still in Montenegro, but then you guys moved to your respective countries to get married to that spouse.
Yeah.
Got you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Senada was 25 years ago and I'm here 21. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
Wow. So how did you get from Australia to the US?
I pretty much got divorced, and then
We both did.
We both
Both our marriages didn't work out. So
our dad was okay with it.
our dad was perfectly fine.
You
He was
gave it a
like,
shot.
"Yeah, I know you guys were good girls. I'm proud of you." And he was like, "Whatever. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work."
Yeah.
You know,
And then he's
he
like,
wasn't
"I'm not
against
letting
of
you,"
it.
you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Like,
back
That's
then,
good you
that
had
was
the
a
support.
culture. Like it was.
So it's amazing that you
Yeah.
had your father who totally understood
us.
and
Yeah,
supported you
for sure.
wholeheartedly. That's big.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
then she was here, so I always wanted to be close to her because when I was in Australia, she was in New York. We used to like on the phone just crying, like, "Oh my God, what did we do? Like, how did we separate? How did we separate?" And I was like, "Oh, everything will be fine. Well, something, like
I
it will
used
be
to.
fine.
You'll find your way.
I used to cry to her. I used to be like, "Oh my God, we didn't have back then. It was like these cards. Like used to like it's like with pin numbers. You put the pin number, phone numbers, and stuff, and that you only had 10 minutes to talk. If it was
okay.
international, calling Australia, calling Europe, it wasn't like now WhatsApp or
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
all these
so
Viber.
easy. Yeah, it's
So it would be
easier.
like you
Yeah.
have 5 minutes to talk, and that's all you had. And I'll be like crying to her. I'm like, how did we get here? Like, how did we do this? How, like, I used to cry to her all the time.
And I used to be like, "It's fine. Everything will be fine." And then just out of nowhere, I came here. I was like, "Wow!" I'm like, "This is like I used to say that everything will be fine, but it really is fine."
Yeah, we couldn't
manifested
believe.
that.
Yeah,
You
we
spoke
couldn't.
it into
We could.
existence.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Then I got her a job. I worked in a salon. I started a salon here in Staten Island, and I got her job as a receptionist. So that's how she started. We started to work together. And Diana too. So she was like, when I got divorced,
Diana was
5 years old.
Yeah.
So I used to like drag her with me everywhere, you know?
Yeah, because she had no one to watch me. So
Like,
she
I had-
would go do brides and
Yeah, I used to take her with me.
Mouth. Yeah, I know. I would just like love watching them.
And she used to have this little mannequin, and like I used to tell her, it's like, Diana, I have a client now, so make sure you play with that mannequin, do the hair while I do this client, because I didn't want the clients to feel like, oh my God, I'm not paying attention to a client, and she has a daughter. It was a hard life on me, pretty much. I was trying to raise my daughter, also working, so I would be like, but she was such a good girl. She always listened. She would stay on the side, like,
Sit there with that doll all day long.
all day long. 5 years old. Yeah, since 5 years old, I'm not exaggerating. She was playing with dolls, mannequin, doing highlights, doing hair, anything.
And now I think, because I had kids later on, and I think I'm like, oh my God. I think back, I was like, oh my God, she was such a good kid.
She was a good kid.
Imagine my 5-year-old taking her to work. I was like, oh, they would never stay. They're 5. They're kids. They're not gonna, listen. But I mean, she was really like always like listening to us. She was scared of me, actually.
I was so scared of her.
She was scared of me. She's like, don't tell Diti I did this.
Because I didn't have help. I didn't have my mom here, my dad here. I had pretty much no one to watch her.
Yeah.
Even like her father wasn't in her life, so I really had to do it on my own.
Wow.
They lived in this little studio apartment that
I lived in a studio apartment, small studio,
very small.
In Staten Island.
In Staten Island.
And then I got married, and I made them move actually very
by
close
her house,
by my house, and it was the best
best
day of my
place.
life. I have them closed now, and
That's
so,
amazing.
yeah.
She was like our mom or dad, everything, because there's only I had her, here.
Wow.
Yeah, I would check on them, and if she didn't answer the phone
If
at
I didn't
10
answer
o'clock.
the phone on Drita, she would come and check and drive to my house, and like she would yell at me like, "Why don't you pick the phone? I cannot
I
go
used
to
to be
sleep
like, yeah, I
without
couldn't go
you
to sleep if she didn't.
calling to
That's
say if
really
I'm okay."
beautiful.
You
Like,
know,
that's really
she would
special.
make sure if I'm okay, and then she would go to sleep. She was so worried about me because I was single by myself, 25 years old,
I
raising
can't
a
even
child,
imagine.
working really hard. So
This is like Diana having a 5-year-old.
yes,
now,
imagine
and-
you.
How do you feel about that? Yeah, that's wild. So tell me a little bit, right? Because that's already what a story, right? Immigrating to the U.S. at such a young age, having arranged marriages, those marriages not working out. How are you able to navigate that time period of your life? What are some things that you think helped you guys get through that and get your feet on the ground?
I
think
can
if you
start
go,
from
like,
my me.
Pushing mommy all
Yeah,
the time.
at that time I think I was pushing her, and now she's pushing
I'm not gonna say it wasn't easy.
It was from
And
hardship.
it was a time that I really wasn't like okay, like I was hurt and like being on my own, and I didn't know like listen, coming from a little town from Montenegro, coming in this huge city, like I'm so new to everything, so like I needed Drita. She was like directing
I was
me.
actually pushing.
She
her
pushed me
for,
a
like,
lot.
a lot. Even like seeing her going, like being married and going through things, and I was like, you know what? No, I think I never saw my sister like going through, like different situations, and I was like, no, this is not gonna work out.
Yeah, she
So
pushed
I kind
me.
of pushed her.
She pushed me.
Wow,
And it's actually for better. And thank you. I have to thank her.
Always have the other's best interest
Yes.
at heart. Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, but I
Wow.
felt like everything that she went through, I went through. Or she same thing. If she, like if I
You
went
guys did
through
it together.
something, yeah, we did it together.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's amazing that you guys had each other.
Yeah.
It really is, because not everyone has that, and that's
And
We'll
really
be very,
incredible.
very close.
Together,
Yeah.
so I take responsibility.
No, I have to say she was very strict on her, like more than me, because I needed help. So I was like, I gave her the full responsibility. I was like, listen, if she does something wrong, you yell at her. I don't, it's okay. But I cannot yell at your kids like that.
I was going to say, what about the other way around?
No, and to be honest, I've learned so much.
I'm glad you guys said something about me.
Yeah, Diana was like getting
She's so legal.
She ended up being good. I'm grateful for my sisters.
Yeah.
My other sister too. We have another sister too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
She's an
so she's-
accountant.
Okay.
but
Also here.
Yeah, in New York.
Nice.
Yeah, we brought her too.
Wow.
Like she's the youngest one.
Very
yeah.
nice.
But
We
we're
got
the
to get her
first
in the
one.
beauty world.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying so hard.
She started doing extensions.
Yeah,
now,
she started.
So
Oh, nice.
We're pushing her too. So.
Yeah.
I love it. So you guys are already the trifecta. Can you imagine
Yeah.
4? Like that's like
four of us.
oh yeah, you guys are like that's incredible.
Yeah.
So incredible.
My uncle. I know.
So let's get into that, right? So you guys already have just persevered a lot, right? Just in the early stages of your life. And then Diana, I mean, what an incredible experience. You get to travel around with your amazing mom and learn and from such a young age. So how did you guys get into the beauty space? Did you always have a passion for it?
So funny.
Oh my God. You know, I was 20 years old when I had Diana, and I always wanted to go to school. Like I was really good in school. The thing is,
We should go back actually. Talk
yes.
about, like, because back home in Montenegro, you go to high school, and high school pretty much prepares you
for college. And
college.
my grades are really good. I went to really high school that prepares you to go to
So
college.
in medical, pretty much.
But, yeah.
Wow, really?
And my dad had this big dream that we're gonna become doctors.
Doctors.
Yeah. He was disappointed,
feel
guys.
you.
Very disappointed.
I feel you.
hairstyle. Believe me.
He was like, when my sister told him you're gonna be, I'm going for hairdressing school. My dad was like, oh my God, really?
He
what are
was
you gonna
like-
do with that? Like,
He was not proud.
And now look.
No, I'll never forget. When I told him, I'm like, yeah, I'm going for hairdressing, hairstyling. Like, he did not say a word. He was like, he wasn't so happy about it. But in that case, because I had her so young, and I was like, how am I gonna go to school? I have no help. How am I gonna go to school raising a child? And I decided to go for something that is easier, which I love fashion. I love, beauty. So I went to the school, finished it for 6 months, and that's what,
yeah. And I remember, like, she started at the salon, and I remember her like pushing other hairstylists, or like assistant, to become a hairstylist. You could do it. You could do. I never forget that. Like, I feel like now these days they are hairdressers, and I feel like, oh my God, I remember my sister pushing her boss, like, you have to make her a hairdresser. You have to make her a hairdresser because she's so good. She's so good. I feel like
I
even
always
she
try
made that
to help.
place.
Yeah, I always try to help people.
You were empowering
I
others.
really
That's the most
did. I have to
amazing
say
thing.
one thing. Like I don't know if they know, but I always try to help everyone around me.
incredible.
It's so
Anyone
true.
it touched my life, I try to help them.
You pay it forward.
Yeah, you do.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It really is. And that just shows just how amazing you guys all are, right? You guys all do that even today. And I see that so clearly.
Yeah.
And what about you, Drita? How did you get into the space?
It's fun. My story was a little bit different because I worked, when I first moved here, I worked in a salon as a receptionist. Then I worked in a real estate agency as a receptionist too. And then I used to babysit after work. I had 3 jobs.
Wow.
And so I never forget, my cousin was working for a makeup brand, and she was like, Drita, why don't you come and work with me at Bloomingdale's 59th Street, Manhattan.
Oh, right by us.
And yeah.
So really
So I was
amazing.
like, but I'm like, okay, but I never really like,
makeup.
I never did makeup. Like, I was good in drawing and things like that, but never really like thought that would be my career. I went to school for business in Australia.
Oh, really?
And
nice.
yeah, so like I was like thinking like I'm gonna go do something, but let me just get on my feet. I'm gonna start at the I remember that brand Prescriptives was part of a Estee Lauder. And I was like, okay, I'll try it out. Let me see how I like it. And she was like, you have to. I was like, how am I going to leave you though? I felt like,
And it was hard because we worked together.
We worked together, helping
That's amazing.
her.
That's amazing that you
Yeah.
recognize that would be so
Yeah.
good for her.
She's
and
like, you have to.
You pushed her in that direction.
It was
She's like,
hard,
"You
but
have
yeah,
to."
but it was more money and it was like good opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started there. I worked there for a few years. And the person that hired me for the brand went and worked for now a makeup brand, Kevin O'Quan. And she's like, you coming with me? I'm taking you wherever I go. And I started then at Bergdorf Goodman as a manager for Kevin O'Quan brand.
Nice.
And
On the floor.
On the floor, managing the account. And I'm still with the Kevin O'Quan brand. Monday to Friday, I work for the company, for a makeup company. And weekends, I work with my sister. And,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, and you work on the corporate side now?
I know, I work on the corporate side. Yeah.
I tried to make her quit. Like, you know how many times I'm like, please just be with me all the time. We can do so good together. Like, but she loves that company.
I love it.
She's so good at it. Like she gives 100%, like too much sometimes.
But I feel like everything I
she
like
loves
to
it.
do, I like to give 100%. I'm never going to take something that I'm not going to give 100%.
Totally. Totally. No, that's really incredible. And of course, you, Diana, you saw your mom doing this from so early on.
Since day one.
Yeah, day one. She used to come. I never forget that, like, now, like, that I have kids, I feel like she used to come with us at 5 o'clock in the morning, and she would fall asleep sometimes in the couch.
Yeah,
It
I
would, like,
used to take her with me 5 o'clock in the morning because I worked in a salon 5 days a week. So weekends was more like
she had to be at
brides.
9 o'clock actually at work. So she used to do the bride before 9 o'clock.
Before I go
take
to work, yeah.
Yeah, take her with her in the car, and she would fall asleep in the car. It breaks my heart.
Any help.
No, no help.
Like,
Right.
she was doing this all on her own.
Because I worked in a salon, and before I would go to the salon, I would do the brides in the morning.
Okay.
I would take her with me, then go to the salon, then worked all day, then go back, do touch-ups. So it was pretty much all day. Then I had here and there some babysitters helping me. Obviously, I couldn't take her a whole day, but I would drag her with me.
But
most of the
I have
time.
to say, Senada really started that like trend that the brides have to get ready at home. I have
Let's
to say.
talk about that.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So I want to speak about that.
Yeah,
That's
so
very...
you were working at a salon, and then you also did freelance work on the side.
Yeah, I started freelancing just because the brides used to come to me at the salon. But when they came with mom and everybody would get ready in the salon. That was the thing back then. I'm talking about 20 something years ago. So when I would do these brides, I'll never forget, like I would make them beautiful with a veil, with a headpiece. And I'll never forget that day I finished the bride and I walked her to the car, and she was shaking so much. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, God forbid this girl today, gets into accidents. She's nervous, I was like, this cannot be. I said, no way. So then when I really decided, I was like, no more. I will do these brides at home. So I will give them bridal hair, look at their own homes where the family is, where the cameras
travel to
are.
them.
So they were going to be comfortable. I don't think any bride should be driving the day of the wedding, first of all, because you never know what can happen. She needs to be safe.
Right.
So I think that moment hit me, and I was like, no more. That's it. I'm going to them, even though my boss that time hated me because I would take pretty much
doing
away
something
from
different.
him.
It was
but I would still
disruptive.
give him enough. He had enough from me. Other colors and highlights, everything I would do for him there. But the bridal was my thing now.
And then
so
I remember her saying, even the hair gets frizzy by the time they get home.
I would check their hair, like making sure the hair is not frizzy by the time they get home. I would tell them, please don't sit in the back, you'll mess up the hair. Like, it's not right. I think the bride, it's one day in their life, they have to be like perfect. Yes. You cannot be driving the day of your wedding. So that's what made me, since that bride, I'll never forget that bride. Never walking her with a veil to the car, and I was like, listen, this is it.
Yeah.
From now
This is your
on,
last
I'm
time
going
doing
to them. Even though, listen, it's harder for me. Trust me, I would love to do everybody in the salon. It's so much easier for me. But it's good for them because it's one day, and that day never comes back. So let them have that beautiful experience, being with their family. They can rest, eat,
be calmer, not have to worry.
Yeah. I feel like that's the best thing that happened for the brides, getting ready at home. And before, everybody used to go to the salon. Everyone.
I could not imagine doing that. Like being a bride last year, I could not even imagine if I had to go somewhere. Yeah. And like go multiple places. Like it just that just does not sound
it just
like
makes
something
everyone's
that's
life
even
easier.
feasible. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm curious, what does like, what were some of the key steps that you guys took in starting your career and working in this industry? And really to get now to where you are, what were some of the key things that you constantly were doing to really pave the way for yourselves? Loaded question.
I feel like, always trying to get to be innovative, actually. Like, be innovative and like going from one step to the other and never feel like, okay, I
feel like I have a drive. I feel like doesn't matter how many brides I will have, 2 brides, 3 brides, 4 brides. I have that drive. I'm like, makes me like, oh my God. It's just like such an exciting moment, you know, like it's that day, like you want to make them look beautiful. Like it's,
and I have to say, my sister's like, always like, she has like a 2 brides, 3 brides a day. She's a person that she'll be like, oh yeah, I know the other bride did same. Let's do something different. What works best for you? Like, I understand how, you know, like,
she's
you
so
know, like
into it.
she's like into it, and she loves to find the best out of you. I feel like she's like ahead of the trend. She wants to be ahead of the trend.
No, I always try to change things, even though sometimes I'm tired of the same look that we all do.
Yeah.
But people love it. What are you gonna do? You're gonna do whatever people want. But I always try to change it somehow. You know, you just because I feel a lot of stylists,
it's like copy and
follow
paste.
too, because
you copy and paste.
It's copy and paste.
Yeah.
And I feel like we just have to keep changing looks.
And you also
all the time.
I remember I feel like you were doing like physics or math on me. You're like, okay, your face shape
It's
is
a
this.
structure.
So this curl has to end here. Like it was truly artwork. Like,
my
it really
specialty is like that. I see myself. We can all do back. It's beautiful. We can all curl hair. The most important thing in the person is the face. We all come with different faces. I have different face from Drita. You have different face from so we have to work what looks the best for you. If we have some things that we don't like, we gotta hide them. You know, expose the beauty more, enhance her.
Totally.
So
and that's the whole
that's
thing.
my
Even
specialty.
When I saw you on Instagram years ago, I saw that these women looked beautiful, but you could tell you still saw their natural beauty. You weren't taking away or overshining that for them, which is incredible. It really is. And for you, Drita, on the makeup side, what have been, because you also now, you work for Kevin and Kwan during the week, but you also have brides and celebrities and all these things. So what were some of those key steps that you took also from your perspective?
I mean, like, definitely working with faces. And to me, it's like, I know you have different makeup artists out there, and everybody is great. And
they all have their own.
They all have their own, you know, like, I'm not that makeup artist that I'm going to have, like, walk in the room and be like full on makeup. It's not, for me, it's not about me. It's about the bride. It's about how you make them feel, how you make them look.
Drita has more like a clean look.
I'm more
Drita
like
has like a
classic
more and glowy. So you glow. It's not like padded makeup, like 10,000.
Yeah, you're not caking.
Drita doesn't cake on.
Yeah.
Like, and in the beginning, like when I used to see like some makeup artists like caking on, and because I work with a lot of makeup artists, they're all great. They do beautiful job, but everyone has different technique.
Style,
So I used to tell her, please do that. She goes, no.
She's like, I'm keeping to my trend. I like my way. Like, I like my way because I like to bring the beauty on everyone. I don't like to make everybody look the same. Like, everybody is different. Like, some people should accentuate the eyes. Some people should accentuate the lips. Like, bring the best feature forward. Not like, you know, don't hide it behind the makeup. Like, makeup should enhance you. Makeup shouldn't take over you.
For sure. And you do that so beautifully.
Thank
you. You guys both, all three of you have such an eye for people and their face and their features and how everything all just comes together so naturally.
I think it runs in our family.
I feel like in our family, everybody was an artist.
Yeah, I have cousins that are makeup artists. Yeah. Like, and the cousin that hired me at Prescriptives, that I was like, oh my God, like, I have no makeup experience. Yeah. And she was like, just do it. And I was like, oh my God, just do it. I was like, I had to custom blend makeup for clients. Custom blending was a thing then. Like, you mix colors. And I feel like that was the best experience for me, like mixing the foundations for them, mixing the powders for them, lipsticks, and all this. And I was like, you know what? This was amazing. So I was like their number one sales associate at that time. I remember I was like, oh my God, in 6 months, I was like the top artist. And I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just being myself and like very, happy to help everybody.
Totally.
So, yeah.
Wow. Well, let's dive into a little bit, right? So you guys shared your story, how you guys even got to the US, what that all looked like, what you had to persevere through, how you got into the beauty industry, and really have paved such a big wave for so many people, right? Not like you guys really have started so many trends and paved the path for brides, for celebrities, for other makeup artists and other hairstylists. How did you guys grow your business to where it is today? Shed some light on that because I think it's so fascinating.
So I actually opened up her Instagram when I was little. I was like, Mom, you need Instagram.
Yeah, she was like, Instagram was from her. She was 12 years old when she opened my Instagram. Now she's 24. But before that, when I started, I was 21, it was word of the mouth. In my community, I had every single bride that was getting married, I did their hair. So it was word of the mouth, and we had big weddings, 700 people, 800 people. So people, that's how it started. Then Facebook came up. Mm-hmm. I got a lot of Russians, a lot of Italians. Like that's how, it really helped me like grow the business. But when Instagram came up, that was like it. It was just like it. I was just post things like on Instagram videos, and I would do anything just to get like a nice video. Mm-hmm. And before, Instagram was easier to grow. So I would go on top of the couches and top of chairs. I was pregnant with my little daughter. She's 7. And I would be on top of a couch just to get a good angle. Just to get a good angle. I'll do anything just to take a good angle for the bride. And that's became more viral, and people noticed my work, and I really was more detailed. I always make sure the bride looked perfect. I would make sure I go for a touch-up. Even if I had 2 brides, I would just still go for a touch-up. Or if she didn't want a touch-up, she was like, no, I don't want it. I don't want to pay for it. I would be like, okay, FaceTime me. Before you walk in, FaceTime me. Make sure I want to see you, that you look perfect. If anything changed, I'll tell you what to do, because she reflects me, like my work. She pretty much... She's
a walking advertisement for you.
So I would be like, please FaceTime me. I do care a lot. That's one thing really I have for me. I care a lot. Whatever I'm doing their hair, I want to make sure that person looks good. I won't go until like the wedding is done. Like, I'm like, okay, now she's good. When I see them on Instagram jumping, I'm like, oh my God, the hair is jumping too high.
So it's okay.
Yeah, but
the way you do hair, it does not move.
It does not move. My hair doesn't move. It does not move, but it's still
very natural.
Yes.
Which is
But I have to do it that way. I know some people can say like I put a lot of hairspray and stuff, but I have to, because if you don't, it's going to drop. And what's the purpose of doing such a beautiful work? Then it's just that it's going to look like.
Yeah, totally. So really you would attribute to a lot of your growth through social media, right? That was your main avenue. Of course, starting off word of mouth, but as things became more digital, social media really is what put you guys on the map.
Diana opened the social media for Senada KXO.
Sorry about that. I didn't know how to do it, so she was like, "Mommy, I'll do it for you." And she gave me, like, we were trying to find names, and she gave me this XO in the end. I was like, "Oh God, now I'm stuck with this XO."
Yeah, then I tried to change it, and then
she tried to change it. Then it's like,
but who cares about the name anyways? It's about your work. Nobody cares.
It's like more noticeable and like memorable that you have that.
XO means hugs and kisses, so I love it.
You have a lot of love to spread.
I love that. And Drita, for your business as well in the makeup space, you would also say social media has been very big for you,
sure.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Social media.
And when we work together, they see our work.
Yeah.
Like, looks really good. So they book us together a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with me, right? Yeah. I saw Senada, then I saw Drita. I'm like, okay. And I didn't even realize at first you guys were sisters.
A lot of people don't.
And then I was like, I think maybe you posted a story or something where you were like with the bride, like, I'm here with my sister. And I was like, wait, is that Glamour by Drita? And it was like, it's you guys are really an amazing.
But in the beginning, I have to say, I never used to tell them she's my sister, because I don't want people to think, recommending
promoting
Drita. Let them see it in itself that she's good.
But
you know?
even with Diana,
Yeah,
when
with her,
she was,
Yeah, she would be like, "Don't tell people.
don't
you're
tell people I'm your mom until you prove yourself that you are.
no, but
perfect.
she used to.
But I
make
was
her
young.
go.
I think the first time I did a bride, I was like, I had to be 17. And
No, even younger. Okay, I'll
Did the
tell
bride
you.
on your own?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
She did-
and I had
she-
to tell her I was like 21 because I was experienced. But like, and you know, like,
She
and I
looks a
didn't-
little older than she is always, Diana. So it'd be like, listen, Diana, don't tell them you're my daughter because people gonna feel like, okay, it's interest, you know, like it's like, okay,
It's
I'm
a
giving
conflict
my
of interest,
daughter
yeah.
because it's like, okay,
she wants to give the money, but
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
she
it
used to
wasn't
tell
about
them do
that.
it for free.
Yeah.
Don't take money. You're doing it for free.
Yeah, that's,
No, in the
that's how I
beginning.
started. Yeah.
So when I used to take her with me everywhere, so I was doing work at the salon, so I had all these huge clientele. So they needed a blowouts, curls, and simple stuff, right? She was 10 years old. So my clients needed a blowout. I couldn't go to them. So I would be like, Diana will do it because she was so good. She was since 10 years old. She knew how to do hair. So I used to tell them, okay, here's Diana. She'll do your hair for free. You don't have to pay her. Let her just get an experience. Of course, everybody wanted, you know, like they used to come and pick her up.
Yeah.
And then
what a
That's
nice
so
to do the
service.
hair.
For your clients, they come pick you up for your services.
So she used to do their hair so beautiful. They loved her. And since that day, she still has those clients.
Yeah, I
and
still
she's
have
24.
those clients.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah,
funny the other
yeah.
night when I came to do my hair here. The client down there, she's like, "Oh my god, I remember she was 12 years old, and I picked her up because I needed just curls." And Senada was like, "Just come and get her, and she'll do your hair."
I used to tell them, don't charge. I'm like, we cannot charge them because she's a young girl. How can I get, you know, I didn't want, she's 10 years old. How can she charge someone? I'm like, let her get experience. That's how she did it. And by 15, she started doing bridesmaids. At 16, 17, doing brides. We gave her brides still slowly. And now I have to say her work speaks for itself.
It does.
And I'm not exaggerating because she's my daughter, but sometimes I'm like, wow.
I mean, I look up to her, obviously. So it's like hard to meet that expectation. But of course, but I have my own style too.
Yeah.
You know, like I
And it's
like
hard
more
to
of a
please
natural.
her.
It's hard to please her. Yeah,
have-
she's very hard on me.
It's very hard.
Yeah, she's the Kris Jenner of the family.
I love
so
it. Yes, the
yeah,
momager.
for sure.
No, I do push her though too. Like I want her to
amazing.
do good because she's so young. It's right now she has it on her hands.
Yeah.
Like she can do so much. She's
Yeah.
a little shy, you know, like behind the camera and
Yeah.
stuff. Like I want her to be more behind the camera, but she's doing good.
I know.
Amazing.
I
No, your
know.
work really is
Oh,
incredible.
thank you. Thank you.
It,
I try.
It really is. All
And
of
everybody,
it
I
is.
tell them, "Oh, that my niece." She's like, "That's your niece?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my niece." She's like, "Oh my god, really?" Like they think like you're
Yeah.
some kind of celebrity.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
no.
For sure. And I'm curious, what are some things that you guys have experienced, but also learned from having such a big social media presence in your space?
Oh,
A lot.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
sure.
We don't know where to start.
you don't know where to start. This is like, oh God.
No.
Good experience. We have 99% good experience. Everyone we work on, they're happy. They're like so grateful. They know what we do.
It's
and-
exactly what you said, Gabby, in the beginning. Said like you were nervous to like for the trial more, but for the wedding day, I feel like everybody's like, "Oh my god, I know." They kind of know us.
Once
and
they
then-
know us,
Yes.
they are so comfortable. But when people don't know us, they can say things. Obviously, anyone has rights to say.
I would probably
but-
be nervous too.
Yeah.
You know, like I would probably be like, oh, you know.
Yeah, we had the other day a bride that came to do a trial. She's like, "Oh my god, I thought you're gonna be like in and out. Like here you go, like do a quick fast, and you know, like." She's like, "Oh my god, I never realized that you guys are so sweet."
We're
Like,
when-
I'm like, "Oh
we're
really?" I'm like,
I want everybody to feel comfortable
Yeah, to
with
be
us.
happy.
I like to treat someone how I would like to be treated.
And
You
that's
know, I
exactly
want
what
them
you
to
guys
feel
do.
so comfortable. I don't want to be like, okay, this is what you get. Okay, goodbye now. No.
Yeah.
I want to give them that 100%. I want to see the smile on their face, and I want them to sleep good at night, to feel like, okay, I look
trust
good,
us.
and to trust us.
Yeah.
But again, we can have some negative things too on it, because there's some people
And then that's where the social media is amazing.
Social media.
But sometimes, like, I'm not saying it should be for good and for bad, but I feel like sometimes people take social media and want to bring that for granted. Sometimes they want to even become famous from like negativity. And I feel like that's the worst thing. Such a shame. That's the worst thing that someone's thinking that way, because, you know, I believe in karma.
Yes.
Karma is something bigger.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And then it's going to bite you like triple.
So, for example, I have to mention this because, like,
mention.
I have to say something happened maybe like a few months ago
With
with Diana's
almost
client.
a year ago.
Maybe almost a
Time
year.
flies, so.
Yeah, time flies, I know.
It was very personal. This is people that we knew, same industry. We gave these people jobs.
Wow.
And the sister of that person came in and
Yeah, I was doing her trial.
Yes.
And I finished the trial. Actually, you were helping me. You were
I was
fasting.
helping. Yeah.
But like, I would never tell my client like, oh, I'm not feeling well. Like, I always give my 100%. Like I put my heart and soul into, you know, my work. So I was like, and because I knew the sister, I was like, oh, like, I was like, I'm not like 100% myself, but I was like, my mom's going to help me with the trial. She just wanted curls down, like just like glam and things, whatever. Yeah, it's a trial.
Perfect.
And so I feel like because I told her that, like they thought like I didn't give her 100%. But when I finished her hair, she was like, oh my God, I loved it. I love it. She paid me. And then whatchamacallit, I'm sorry because I'm getting like
okay.
nervous.
That's okay. She paid her and
Yeah.
everything, but she went to the dinner because usually
Oh
we
yeah,
never.
yeah. That's what happened. So she was like, "I'm gonna go out to dinner." So I was like, "Okay, so keep your extensions in." But I was like, "Just so you know, your hair is gonna drop just because the extensions were new."
When the extension
They
right,
weren't
hair
washed.
So that suits me.
And also, we don't glue the hair when we
So
do
she
trials.
she sent the pictures
Glue,
like
you mean like the
my
hairspray?
With the hairspray, yeah.
Wait. She sent the picture saying like my hair fell and I want all my money back. Diana's like, no, don't take that because
No, I
wasn't
was like,
feeling
don't
good."
use the fact that like I'm sick against, you know, she wrote me like a whole novel. She was like, you know, she's like, you were so highly recommended. And she's like, can I get another trial? Like she was coming all the way from Philly. So I was like, you know, that's a far drive. I'm like, your sister knows me. Like you guys know us. Like why would you want to come back for another trial? Like I'm like, just you have my word. Like I was like, your hair is gonna stay. Like
For pandemic, actually, the sister, we used her as a model.
She stayed in
and
our
we
house.
loved her.
Really, I love her. I really do. Very
Yeah,
close.
this is
more personal.
personal.
Not
very
like
personal.
so-
This is like,
yeah.
So what happened now? Diana didn't give the money back because she's like, I did the job. So
Right,
I'm like,
you
I'm
did the
sorry.
work.
I'm not.
like-
She was being very spiteful, going now on Facebook, trashing our character, her name, my name,
slandering
even
our
her
names, making up lies, saying that I don't have my license. Meanwhile, I have my license. My mom actually paid for my beauty school.
No, we all licensed here,
But then they had to take it down because it was false
it
accusation.
was a false accusation, and then that wasn't enough. They go viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
But I never went onto Instagram and TikTok spoke about this because I was like, I'm not that type
don't
of
wanna feed into
person.
that.
But I just want to say that sometimes these kind of people, they try to put you down,
to knock you
even though like we worked so hard. I have 24 years in experience and my daughter does really well. But why doing that? Because
Okay.
for some fame, so she can get some good viral
followers.
And her hair looked horrible on her actual wedding. Like
her hair looked
fell
really bad.
completely.
So she
I guess that was
with a different artist.
Yeah,
which is
hairstylist.
totally fine. Like we try to like build like good relationships with our clients and our brides. Like we want to make sure everyone's happy. Like
But
we
I feel
can't
like-
sleep at night knowing that someone's unhappy. But this girl like
Totally.
took it too far and.
So you have, you know what, like you have 99%, which is amazing. We love all our brides.
Oh yeah, everyone
And they
is
are,
amazing.
I really, truly, I feel like they become part of our family and we love them. But like then you have 1%. It's like you
and
never get, that means that, listen, we are not perfect. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say we are perfect.
We can make mistakes
We
too.
can all make
Listen,
mistakes.
we all
We're
make
human
mistakes.
beings.
Yeah. But I feel like people think like, you know, like just, you know.
No,
It's okay to do
TikToks
things like
are
that.
like sometimes they use them for negative platform, and that's not right.
And but it's
people
so
feed
sad.
on it. Like people feed on it. I'm like, wow.
They can't
like,
wait to see
Yeah.
like because I feel like we do so well and I feel like we really try to like keep our name up there and like make
That
sure our
doesn't
work
stop
is
us.
amazing.
That
Yeah.
doesn't stop us. We always will go better
You're
and
gonna-
bigger
you're
and
gonna
everything.
bulldoze
Yeah.
through all that
It
again.
doesn't.
This is what I like. I feel like social media is amazing. And then you have that, but I'm like, why don't we use our energy for something that we could do better? Like I feel like if you post for donations, like you will never get that kind of like respond, but negativity gets that respond. It's so sad
I mean, a lot
to
of
know
people
that
are
people
miserable,
Yeah.
so like that's what it is. Like
Exactly.
you can't help that, and like you
Exactly.
just gotta
Once
pray
people
for those
start
type of
seeing
people.
People getting successful and
Yeah.
being happy and all these things, they want to
Yeah.
tear that down.
And
It's-
you know what? And it's
Yeah.
not like she's helped so many people. Like she put everybody on, and like
No, I have to
You-
say one thing. If I did
Yeah.
good,
That is so
maybe
selfless.
only
Yeah.
God knows.
Yeah.
But I really helped a lot of stylists, and I still do. I want people to do good. It's plenty work out there for everyone.
yes.
If I
There's
get
space
listen,
for everyone.
it's space for a lot of us. So I feel like, I did help. Like if somebody doesn't like me, it's fine. Listen, I cannot stop anyone.
Yeah.
But they have
But
right
and then
to.
you get like it's someone like like it blows my mind how like someone could say like, oh, if you don't give me like say they give
Oh,
a-
yes, we get
they
this
put
too, guys,
they
please.
they put a deposit back like and then
Deposits
you go,
are non-refundable.
Yeah.
they're not
So-
refundable. We like it's in a contract, but then someone wants a deposit back because they think like you're probably a little bit more expensive than the other one. Listen, you could get cheaper.
It's an experience.
It's a-
Listen, you're paying me for. I specialize on the bride, and I will make sure you look perfect. I have different touches from. We all have different touches, but okay. So now, like it happened to me once, and saying like, okay, I want my deposit back. And we said, no, sorry, the deposit is
called a
not
deposit.
is not refundable. Well, if you don't send me the deposit back, I will
Put your
spoil
so-
your name all over social media. Okay,
Like-
so
like-
what is this?
This way for you. Like,
Okay, go ahead. What do you want me to do? Like, you want to spoil my name? Go ahead. But this is what it came up
people are
to,
ruthless.
I guess.
But it's like I'm saying, 99%. It's
Yeah,
great.
it's pretty good.
Great.
No, I'm
And
very
it's
grateful,
like-
and I'm thankful.
but we're running a business, so
all
we have
my
to
brides.
expect this. Like it's
Exactly.
not.
Yeah. You have to expect
But
it.
we are very grateful for all our brides, and very thankful
we
because
still
they're
see
so
them.
good.
Like I still a lot of my
They-
brides
they
still come
becomes
to
friends.
me for
They become-
balayage, and like I love seeing that.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Because they loved the work that you did and they're going to keep coming
Yeah.
back, repeat clients. And
Yeah, I have good relationships with them too. So
it's amazing.
good.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask because you guys are such bosses. You guys are so busy and you guys are really crushing it out there. And a lot of your business, I know, of course, also is on the weekends with brides. And if you're not with brides, you're doing Real Housewives reunions and all these things. So what does a typical work week look like for you guys? And how do you manage your time and your really busy calendars?
It is not easy for sure. I mean, we have a family, we have kids,
Right.
husbands. So our job is very demanding.
Yes.
So when you have a bride, this is her date, you cannot cancel, nothing. It's just you have to be dedicated to it. So my day, for example, is like I have usually 2-3 brides a day. I would wake up 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Drink my coffee in the morning. I have to get in the car, and I feel like I have some drive. It makes me so excited. I'm so excited to go to them. Like I feel like I work really good under pressure, even though if I have 2-3 brides, people can judge me. I'm like, oh, but they will get that 100% treat. Doesn't matter if I have 2 brides. Doesn't matter if I have 3 brides. They will get their time and their love for whatever I do to them.
amazing.
So like it's just like driving a lot too. Like that's a little hard, and
Yeah, because you travel to everyone across the board.
then
so-
when we finish them, for example, like we go back for touch-ups. We make sure they look really good before they walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Some people want it, some people don't, And now I have a team too. So my team is incredible. I send my team I will go to one location, they will go to a different location. So this is how we manage pretty
Wow.
much.
And then during the week, that's when you have your trials.
Doing
and
like
all of that,
Mondays,
right?
Tuesdays, we do trials all day. I fill up my day. I tell my assistant, she's great, Fifi. I tell her, fill me up the whole day, Monday, Tuesday. So this way, like I can have a day off, for example, on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have weddings. Most of
So
my
you do shoots too and
so
editorials.
we do like editorials, reels, a lot of, like when we are a little bit more calm and slow, we do a lot of reels, editorials, stuff like that. I never stop. I have to say, like me, my brain is always like going.
Yeah.
I have to do new things. I have to like create new looks, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people sometimes get stuck in the same looks, and that's not me. I want to do more and more.
What's next and better?
What's
for
next and
Senada?
better. Like, I'm not saying I'm the best. There are a lot of people out there.
You are the
I don't
best.
That's why.
Sorry.
Like she.
Nobody could top
No.
you.
Yeah, that's why she
I
will
don't
always
consider-
do well, because she always feels like there's something next that I have to do.
She
that's
keeps
like, I
going.
cannot do same thing over and over. To me, that's boring. I need to get to the next thing.
Yeah, so I just feel like it's always something out there that I can do better. And I don't think I'm going to stop anytime soon. I'm going to keep going because
As
I
you
love
should.
it. And if I'm not doing what I'm doing, I feel like down. If I have a day off, I feel like down. I don't feel like,
the same. I feel like a
school, and
loser.
she's like,
what
oh
do
my
I
God, I
do
gotta
with
do
myself?
something.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't.
I'm like, what do I do with myself? Like, I'm so used to
Yeah.
that drive that I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself a day off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And for
Wow,
me,
a
it's
real
different
hustler.
because Monday to Friday I work for Kevin
She
O'Connor, of
works like
course.
2 jobs.
And
so-
I do
remote?
that's remote now.
Nice.
Like I work from home. Like I visit like locations once in a while and meetings here and there. But and weekends I'm always on the go. And I do trials after work actually. I don't
Yeah.
do it like, during the day, but after 5. So my day to day
That's
is
busy.
like busy. Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, you have children and
Children.
But
too,
sometimes
yeah.
I have to say, I know people can say like, oh, Senada takes 2-3 brides a day, and like, oh, maybe they think like, oh, I love money. It's not about the money. Believe me, it's like we all love it. It comes with it, but I love what I do. That's something that like keeps me going. Yeah.
and you could tell the passion for both
Yeah.
of you guys. Like it exudes, it radiates from you guys. It's so beautiful to see. And I say this a lot when I meet people, like my husband, for example. Like you guys are so lucky that you found a passion that you were able to turn into a career. Where for you, it's not like working.
No,
You guys,
it's
I feel
love
like I
this.
never worked a day in my life.
That's
You know
I
when
have
I feel
2
like I'm
jobs.
working?
I never feel I worked
No,
a day
it's
in my
same
life.
thing.
That's incredible.
You know when I feel like I'm working? When I come home. That's when I'm working. I feel like this is work. But when
That's so funny.
when I do weddings, no, it's fun. It's like
That's amazing.
it's stressful, but it's fun.
I'm sure, and that's actually
Yeah.
something that I'm curious about. I'm sure others are too, right? Especially when a lot of your business is bridal, right? You're there on a bride's like
Yeah, best day.
on their best day, but also for
Yeah.
most like on their most stressful day,
Yeah.
right? And we spoke about you guys bring all like the right energy and everything, but it's so remarkable that you guys not only enjoy being in that environment, but you guys thrive off of that. Like I feel like that's very rare, and it's really incredible
Yeah.
that you guys do that. It's
Yeah.
really amazing.
That's why I even tell Fifi and like, I'm like, you know what? We're so used to doing brides. We know how they feel. We know what they think. We
I
know
even
everything.
know how to talk to them.
Yeah.
Like I even teach my assistant because sometimes they're not used to the brides, I know how they breathe. I know how they want to what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Like they want to hear from you everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be good because they're already nervous.
They're nervous. And
So-
like, I feel like they never did this before. We do this every single day. Like, and we know what it takes to get there. But they don't do it, and I know why they feel nervous. And like for us to be there and to calm them down, I feel like it just like
Once they see us, they're
Yeah.
like, okay, now I'm okay, you
Yep.
know? So now they
Yeah.
want to see the full look, and
Then
they're
it's
like, they're
like-
so,
yeah.
they're like
And then
all
once they
over
see
then.
themselves, like,
gosh.
oh my God, I look gorgeous.
No, some of them, they cry.
I
They
like don't
literally
even, I
cry.
still to this day like did not even think I could ever look like that, period. But I still looked like myself. Like,
Yes,
it was,
you look
it was
so
You look
beautiful.
stunning.
because of you guys. Like it was really what you guys
You know,
do
so
was
many people
incredible.
come with your picture.
Really?
Yes, I want to look like that.
No, because you had
that's so
very
sweet.
effortless look. Like you
Yes.
had like a simple.
Yes, like that.
cannot
I
go
love
wrong.
that.
You
Yeah.
cannot go
I wanted
wrong.
glam, but still myself. And I was like, just figure that out. I remember my trial with you, Senada, was so different than what we went for the
I
day
think,
of.
we changed it.
We did a
remember,
headpiece with like, the extensions were so like totally different. And it was just, you guys are, I just can't say it enough. You guys are really amazing.
So it's not like you get like you hired us both. And it's not like you got just her eyes. We got like, you got 4 eyes now.
You guys
like,
were both
so
to each other. Like,
I have to say, we help each other. Like, she tells me, I'm like, if she sees something, she tells me, like, or if I see something.
Yeah, maybe
on
I
her
shouldn't
work,
say, like, I work with a lot of hairdressers and then they're all great. And then sometimes it's hard for me to say to another hairdresser. It's different when I have my niece and my sister say, like, I think like this doesn't look good, because I know they're not going to take it as a negative thing. They're going to take it as a positive thing. But you don't know other people, what they think. Like, so when you work with other hairdressers that you are probably not that comfortable. I am like 90% comfortable with everybody, but like someone that you never
same
met.
thing with me.
And I'm like, oh my God, like, how do I say that? Like, that really doesn't look like good. It looks crazy. How can we like, and like, I have
Because
to
you don't
use
want
different
to,
words.
like, you don't want to offend someone that you don't know.
But then you feel bad for the bride because you want to make sure that bride looks the best on her wedding day. Yeah,
it's
but
constructive.
you don't know how someone will
because
take
maybe
it.
that person doesn't know how to do that, so you don't want to like put her in that position.
Yeah.
It's hard.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. But you guys really do have an amazing, you guys have just do such an incredible job. And it's amazing that you guys do it as a family, right? Because that plays it's such a big role into your success and all of that. So I have to ask, with everything that you've built, and I want to underscore this, right? Like Senada, for example, you came here, you were in a studio apartment.
I lived in the smallest studio apartment with this one, 5 years old.
Single mom, like just in general, both of your stories is incredible. And now look, you guys are doing glam for some of the biggest people in Hollywood, in the world. You're doing brides all like globally. You have built a beautiful salon and studio. You're building homes. Like you guys have came such a long way. And at least on the I'm Factor podcast, we are all about empowerment and how people got to where they are, what you had to persevere to get there. And through all of that, there's been so many accomplishments. So I have to ask, what in your eyes individually has been some of your biggest accomplishments in your career so far?
Just keep working. And I feel like for me, of course, I lived in the smallest studio apartment, and my dream was to get where I am today. And that was my dream.
I have chills. That's really amazing.
No, and I feel like all my dreams came true, but you have to work hard for it. Mm-hmm. And that was me, like waking up 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. That wasn't easy, believe me. Like, even though I do love it so much, everybody wants to sleep. So that's why I feel like some people respect it, but some people can say like, oh, you don't need the money that much. But yes, it's true. But when the brides wants you, like I used to do my own schedule myself, and I had brides telling me like, please, I want you. I don't care what time you would have to wake up. I'll wake up too. I want you to do my hair. So I had a hard time saying no. Yeah. Yes, I'll be like, okay, I'll suffer. It's okay. I'll go on and do it. But all this, whatever you see, it's with hard work. And I'm grateful and thankful to God and my family.
Yeah. And I even manifested it. I was like, oh my God, I want to work and travel. And I manifested even this salon. Like I made a vision board for last year, and
you gotta manifest.
I put it on my laptop. I was like, oh, like I want the salon to look like this. Like when we found the salon, she was like, no, she's like, this is so like, I don't like this salon. I was like, no, it's like, it's going to look really nice. Like I saw potential in it, but I did manifest to like work and travel. And
she manifested to have a podcast here, and here we are.
And here we are.
You are here.
Yeah.
So
I am honored.
You guys have to manifest.
Yeah. No, it really works.
Yeah. And I feel like if you dream and like you really like believe it, and I think that's really, it's powerful. I feel like it's really,
you just keep going. You can't stop. You know, sometimes you don't have always good days. You can have bad days. We all have bad days. We feel depressed and we have anxiety, but you have to push, because next day will be better, and you'll keep going.
I have to say,
each other. We all
I came in the United States with only $80.
She came with $80 in her pocket. Yes.
$80.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And it's interesting you say that, because on a few episodes, I've had a couple other guests on that most of them have been family members,
Yeah.
but that also immigrated to America, all with $100,
Yeah.
$70. And it's so incredible what you could
Yeah.
do with that, and with hard work and perseverance, that you could now have all this.
Yeah.
It's remarkable. And I think that's great advice. I was going to ask you what advice you guys have for others, which is amazing. And I appreciate you sharing all that. But also specifically, is there any advice that you have, especially for women who want to start their own passion-driven business? What would you say to someone who is just at the thick of things, wants to make a change in their life, found a passion like you guys have, and wants to be able to monetize that and grow it?
I think you should never settle and just keep reaching for your next goal. Like, you shouldn't stop. Like, nothing should ever stop you.
Yeah.
Ever.
And you know what? Sometimes like it takes steps, and like one step can go wrong. Don't ever let that.
It'll just
hold
put
you
you
back.
to a new direction.
Yeah,
You know,
it just like it has
that's
God
it.
has its own
Yep.
way
That's
to
it.
give you
Yeah.
like a
Like
way
again,
better
I
plan.
never thought I'm gonna be a hairstylist. Believe me, my dad wasn't proud of me being a hairstylist. But look, he's so
She didn't
proud
even
of
want me
me.
to be a hairstylist.
No.
She's like, please
We
don't.
told,
She's like, go to school.
she went to school in like a private school, Catholic school, in high school.
Yeah, I
was like,
put
she
her to
needs
the
go
best
in a
schools. I
private
made
school.
sure she went to the good schools, Catholic schools, and I was like, please, Diana, I'll put you. I'm sorry, I will put you to the best college. Just please go. And she's like, no, mommy, please
No,
don't push
I
me.
was going to college and beauty school at the same time, and I
Wow.
just didn't want to like. And I was working in between too.
That's a lot.
So she's
Yeah.
like, mommy, don't push me anymore. I don't think I'm gonna go to college.
I felt like I was wasting my time. Like I was like, I love this. Like this is.
But
what
I
love to
also
do.
wanted her to have both. But it's okay. I'm happy that she did it. It worked out really well
Totally.
for all of us.
Yeah, it's really incredible. And I think to summarize what you guys just said, right? The advice that you have for people who really just want to make it, those that are aspiring makeup and hair stylists, and those that just want to start their own businesses. From what I'm understanding from you, it's all about hard work, persevering, pushing forward, not letting anything stop you.
And you have to have like a good mentor too, because like you know,
You have
my
to
mom
have
is the
family
biggest
who pushes
asset
you. Yeah.
in business.
Support
and-
system.
Yeah, you have to
of
have
course.
somebody who pushes you too. Like,
Yeah.
I have a family. I have my sisters. I have my.
And you know
My
what? Too?
daughter.
Like I
It's
feel like
amazing. Like,
yeah.
sometimes
It's incredible.
people could hold you back a lot. Like I feel like I had to cut off certain friends because like
That's a very good point.
You know, I didn't have really a personal life. I was just focused onto my work, even though she thinks like I'm like out all the time. I'm really not. I'm really like focused onto like I put all my heart and everything into my work, so I couldn't really go out weekends. There was no going out with friends.
That's your busy
nothing.
time.
Yeah. So and I would have
Yeah.
to wake up early too.
So that's the only thing too. Like we leave, for example, like a lot of events. Like
We couldn't go to like parties.
parties.
Or
My
anything.
little daughter's like any parties or any like events. I miss
You
everything
really
out.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
other
Yeah,
things. Like
sacrifice.
sometimes people think like, oh, you know what? Like they just whatever. But I feel like nobody understands how much we like. Leave
Sacrifice.
behind. Like you have to leave your family. You have to make sure you're babysitters. You have to make sure that someone's there to feed them, cook, and everything. It is a lot of
Because
work.
we are wives, we are moms, we are like also like these hardworking women out
You guys
there.
do
Like
it all.
it's not
It's
easy.
like hard to manage like personal life and like work life.
I'm sure, especially because the industry that you're in is very
Yeah.
heavy on the weekends and evenings. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
tough.
for example, I'm gonna say this. I have to go back to quarantine time. When it was quarantine and a year after quarantine, we were like slammed. I'm talking about like it was every single day. Like we
I
didn't
feel like
stop.
I aged that year.
I had
I looked like a raccoon.
no, we
that
were
year.
like, I swear I couldn't breathe anymore because we had to catch up. So I had in 1 week 26 weddings. 26.
People were getting
Myself.
married Monday, Tuesday,
It was
Wednesday.
like
Yeah.
2-3
like-
weddings a day for every. But honestly, like I would be like Monday for the whole week will pass, and Monday I would be like, why I can't breathe? Like I would have a hard time breathing because like from exhaustion, you know. But that was very tough.
And
Wow.
you had to try to make everybody happy.
You have to make
because-
sure,
I
to
can't
make
imagine
everybody
that.
happy.
I feel like stressed right now thinking of
Yes,
that. It's like
but on top of that, again, you have a family. You have
How did you
like,
navigate that? Like,
that's not
how were you
easy.
able to get through all
But
that?
my husband now, like, he understands my business. In the beginning, he didn't. He was a little hard when he
My
met
old
me.
husband, my husband too.
But now
like,
he
like,
understands it. He understands it. He knows. I have a nanny with my daughter. We still like manage it, but you want to be there, like,
Yeah.
for everything. Take her to school, pick her up from school.
No, but you
for
do
events.
everything for Layla.
I do. I
She's
try
like,
as
she's
much.
like the best mom. The best mom.
Thank you.
Like she works and she'll
incredible.
drop off my sister off at school and pick her up. And
I
she
try.
did the same for me.
Yeah.
She was
We
always
used to
busy
bring
working
lunch.
every day. Like when I was little, like when I was in elementary school, like she used
Yeah.
to drop me off lunch every day.
Every
even though
day.
she was so busy.
Wow.
So you are the best mom. Like really, like you do it all. No.
Thank
for
you.
real. You
It's
I
do.
love
You're the
you.
best.
especially given the hours and all this. Like, you guys are
Yeah.
really super women, and it's amazing that you guys have each other. It's really incredible. And with that
But we
being
all
said,
help each other.
But
Yeah.
one,
Yeah,
if we
you
have
feed
one
me.
little
You
thing.
could tell. You could tell.
Are you crying?
Gabby?
You made me cry.
No, I have the best sister. I have to say, without her and her, I don't think I can be myself. To be honest, no, for real. One little thing I have, one little, one.
I love you guys. You guys are like, and you could tell like this dynamic that you have is truly so special, and it's incredible. And I think this is a big sign for viewers and listeners out there, right? It's
Yeah.
you need to find
Because
whether
people
it's family
need to see.
or friends, you need to find the right people that will support you, but not only that, but push you.
We went
and
through a lot of
encourage
bad
you.
people though.
We
sure.
went through a lot of. We
I'm
do
sure.
have a lot of
I'm sure, especially as
backstabbers.
it keeps getting bigger and bigger,
making
and
you question your own sanity. Like you would think, like, oh my god, did I do something wrong to this person? Like, but you know what? It just brought us closer to like, better people came in. Because
No, but I have to say something. If somebody bad comes in our life, something happens
Someone
that go
new
away
comes.
for some.
Yeah.
And I get 2-3 other better people, and I'm
It's
like, wow,
true.
like I'm so blessed to have these good people around me. Like for real, for right now, I have the best team, the best people around me. I
Amazing.
couldn't have any better.
We have
Like
Fifi.
I have the best
Yeah,
assistant
Fifi's
that I love
best.
so
Everything-
much.
Everything worked out for a reason.
Ex-
Like at perfect
Yeah.
timing.
Everything
like
happens
it's
for a
God's
reason.
time.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you feel like, okay, why do I get these people in my life? Like, okay, sometimes you do get those backstabbers. We all do.
Yeah.
But then you get somebody great after that.
Totally. And just to conclude this portion around your professional life before we wrap up, what is next for you guys? Where do you want to go? What's in store?
Oh my God.
That's a good question.
I know, Diana, I see you going all over it.
I don't
Right
know.
now.
You know, but
I love
so,
that
like
for
I
you.
manifested, like
Yes.
I said, to like travel and I had a wedding in Dubai. I had a wedding in
That's
Italy.
amazing.
Like I
Greece.
had like Greece.
I
Like,
sent her
don't
to
even know
Yes.
weddings. So this is what it is with our job. So now, like, if I cannot do something,
Yeah,
She
she'll
does.
send me, Yeah.
if she can do something, I'll do. So we are here to
So
kind
if
of
she's
like.
not in this country, I make sure that I'm here.
No, but for real, like, say
God
if
forbid,
something
you know?
happens in my schedule, like I have a backup.
Yes.
She's my backup. I have the team who's my backup. I would never leave the bride without anyone. Listen, anyone can make mistakes,
Right.
but they can happen very rarely. But I have Diana, who's my backup now. So she has my
right
hands. She has my hands, completely
Oh
my
my god!
hands.
And even when I do a wedding, she'll be calling me the whole time. I'm like, can you stop? Because you're giving me anxiety. Like, please stop. Because she's like such a perfectionist, and I'm like, I'm more like laid back
Yeah.
and chill. And obviously, like, I make sure the bride looks
Because it's the
perfect.
experience, like
Yeah.
it's such a, I'm older, I'm 45 years old. I'm 24 years in this, 25 years in this industry.
You guys look
So I
incredible,
know,
seriously.
I know how all these things go. So I'm like, I want to make sure she does it right. And she really does. She does it even better than anyone that is in
Stop
that
it,
age,
Mom.
40 something years old. 20,
Wow.
she's 24. She's very
I
young.
think that
girl.
wedding in Greece had to be like, I was like going crazy over that one. 'Cause
Yeah,
it was
I
my
sent
friend's bachelorette, and then the bride called me and she's like, "When you gonna be in Greece?" So I was
Yeah,
like, "Oh,
it's
I'm
my
gonna
bride.
be from like I don't know August 20th to like the 27th, something like that." And she was like, "My wedding's on the 25th," and she was like, "Can you come do my hair?" Like I think you were supposed to do it, but you couldn't go.
Yeah, I couldn't go. I had
So,
brides here, so
yeah.
I sent her there. She was going crazy, like traveling from one city to another
No,
one.
the
and-
different islands because I was
Yeah,
in
you were island hopping.
Mykonos. I went for my friend's bachelorette. And
Sick.
I didn't even know how I was gonna do it. I was getting like so stressed out. I was like, Mom, like, even when I came back, she was like, I don't know how you did it.
She's like, I feel so bad. Oh my God, what did I do?
Yeah.
What did I do to her? I was like,
She's like, if
No,
you
but
ask me now, she's like, I would never do
no.
this.
I had to go from Mykonos to
Karpathos.
no, I had to take two flights from Mykonos to Athens and from Athens to Karpathos.
Yes.
Wow.
Did the bride.
Came back to
Mykonos because my friends were still there. And I lost my luggage. I didn't even care about my luggage. I was so sleep deprived that I was like, I didn't even know what my luggage even looked like at that point. Like I was like, I don't even care. I was gonna go shopping. I went shopping, and but everyone in Greece was so nice. Like the people that were working at the airport, they were really nice.
The nice things about our job is too, which I don't.
You can expand.
But doing international weddings. We are from Europe, so I know Europe. So we have international weddings a lot. Last year I had 8 of them. We had 4 in Italy last year. Then we had in Spain, in Kosovo.
It's fun.
We had
you guys are
all
global.
over. So it's fun.
It's not
actually,
we took our sister one. I wish you were there.
I know. I was so jealous, but I was so happy because they never take
never go
time
anywhere.
off and like just spend time like with
We always
each other.
like working, or like our spending time together is working together.
Yeah. We
That's
enjoy
same with
it.
her. I feel like I see her more when we're working.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, my next step is like now to teach my daughter so she can, I can have a backup. I have a good backup plan for sure. But so I can have her in this industry too.
Yeah,
and she actually is great too.
She's so
amazing.
Wow. How old's
And
your
like
daughter?
she's 12. She's gonna be 13. And I have to say, I never pushed it on her or anything. Like she would not leave the house without like looking a certain way that she wants to look. I'm like, wow, you're like better than me.
But she's still like natural about it, which I like. 'Cause I feel like a lot of young girls
she
now,
doesn't.
like
they're like
too
over.
much.
You know what she does?
Like-
she curls her lashes and puts Vaseline.
I love it.
I'm like, oh my
I
God.
love that. No, because a lot of
It's
girls,
all
like
it's
young
a
girls,
TikTok.
they wanna-
TikTok makes them.
They want to like put
TikTok
on
is
so
like
much
everyone's
makeup
Bible
and
these
like,
days.
Yeah,
That's
I
my,
don't like that.
my 7-year-old is better on TikTok than me. To teach from Layla.
We're going to wrap things up, and any guest on my podcast always has to answer this special question. So, what is your I'm factor? What is it about you that's unique, or something that you exude or live by every day that has really helped you get to where you are?
Oh God, I'll start.
You want to go first?
I care about my clients a lot, and I feel like I'm selfless. Like you know, I that's what it's me.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, you are FaceTiming brides for touch-ups.
Yeah.
You're not leaving until everything is perfect. It's
I
really
cannot
incredible.
sleep well until I know everything's right. That's me. Yeah, I care a lot, and that's them too. Same thing.
Yeah,
They're just both same.
To me, I feel like I do like care, and I worry about everyone.
Oh,
Like,
she worries
I
too
want to
much.
make sure
Yeah.
that everybody's happy. Everybody's like they get what they want, and you know, I feel yeah. And I love making people happy. That is everything for me. If I know that I changed someone's day, or you know, like I made someone feel better, I feel like that's my biggest reward.
That's beautiful.
So yeah.
That's incredible. Diana?
Same thing for me too. I feel like it's important to build relationships with your clients and make them happy. Also, I feel like every client that that came to me was like a blessing. So, and they helped me open doors, and like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true though. She had a lot of clients that it did open the doors for her to the different level.
And
A lot of
everybody has
good-
different needs. Everybody's different, and I feel like never take anything personal, because you don't know what people go through in their life. And maybe the reason why are certain way is because they go through things in their life. And like if you're there to make them feel better and to connect with them, that's the biggest reward.
Yeah, because sometimes people can be mean, but I always try to think, I'm like, okay, you never know what this person is going through. Like you don't want to really start with
you
them
can't
or
take
say
it personal.
nothing. Cannot take it personal.
Yeah, well, those are really
We are not a
incredible
people.
factors.
We are not a people like we're gonna go on
I feel like we have
TikTok,
to
on
be psychologists,
Instagram,
too.
and start bashing people. And believe me, it was a point in my life, like especially with the conversation we had. I wanted to explain to people what happened because these people were attacking us, like saying wrong things. You know, like not. Oh God, I can't say this right. Saying like things that weren't right, weren't like true. So I wanted to speak up for myself, but
we were like, you know what? It's okay. We're not going to lower ourselves and speak to their level because that's what they want, like a reaction.
Exactly.
And it's not like we were wrong. Like, you know, we would never do wrong by anyone. We try our hardest to make everyone happy. But some people just, I feel like they kind of just have it out for you. And it could be close people. Like, you know, this girl was in our house. Like, we were using her and she gave her
was
jobs.
part of my
like,
team. Like,
yeah.
I like if I had someone, like I only do brides and like I have teams.
But you know what?
Like,
This isn't even about her. This is about us.
Yeah.
And like,
and then like, and you would never expect that from someone like that. And then you like,
it just made us realize like we don't want anyone close to us anymore.
Right.
Like, you know, like we just keep it business and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
it's just us.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's amazing. And I think just overall, some takeaways, so I always like to recap a little bit at the end, is you guys really came from just such humble beginnings and from so many life challenges and built something so amazing with family as the backbone, with support and encouragement and hard work and a lot of care and attention to detail. And I think it's so incredible. And I want to make sure I give you guys the opportunity to plug anything
like
that
if
you guys
she's
want.
winning, I'm winning. She's winning. She's
It's
winning.
amazing.
We're all winning. Like,
And that is a
that's
true blessing.
Yeah.
That's
If she
exactly how you
wins, I
guys
know
are.
I'm winning. Like I don't see like, oh, my sister's gonna do better than me, we are like one.
No negative
Like if she
comparison.
gets better, like I am better. If I am up
amazing.
You know
here,
what's crazy? Like I feel like sometimes it might be hard to work with family.
Mhm.
Like, but you know what? Nothing's better than because we're all like loyal to each other. Of course, I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people don't talk to their
You
family
guys
members.
have a
but
really good dynamic and a sense of respect and understanding that, in my eyes, supersedes anything else.
we can fight for a minute, but then
not even. Yeah.
Then it's over.
Yeah.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
Wow. So I want to make sure that I give you guys the opportunity to plug anything you guys want to plug. You guys have so much. You guys have this salon. You have 1,001 things. So plug anything that you would like to plug. We could start off with Drita. I know you have an amazing lip kit, and I want to make sure people know about it.
Yes. I didn't have it when you got married. It came out just right after. Yeah. I kind of created a lip kit by Drita. It's by Kevin O'Quan product. So I recommend that for all the brides because it's all you need for your lip touch up for after I leave. I think you can find it in kevinoquan.com. You can book me through Glamour by Drita on Instagram. On TikTok, I'm Glamour by Drita too, but I'm not that big. I'm not like so creative with TikTok. I have to get my daughter involved there.
Yes.
That will be my next step. But yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, so definitely go out, buy the lip kits, follow Glamour by Drita on all social media accounts. You're amazing. And I love you so much. What about you, Senada? What would you like to plug?
I feel like I'm everywhere, all over. But my, of course, bridal is my first and educating stylist. And now like I am actually got promoted for ambassador for Bellamy. So I'm going
the
to
hair
do,
extension company, right?
I'm going to be doing classes for them as well.
Wow, amazing.
That's a lot of things going on. So we are still working on it, but educational, it's like another level for me.
And you have master classes that you do,
a lot of
online
master
courses.
classes. I do classes here. Like I used to do them in hotels. Like I had 150 people coming to the classes from all over the world. But now
it's
since
a little bit better because you can do one-on-one.
Yes, now this is more personal. I have 7-8 people and I do them once a month because I don't have much time. So I do them once a month here. We share all the tricks and they're so grateful. They'll learn so much. Everyone who came to the class, they did really
It's hands-on.
well.
It's hands-on. And then you could
and
teach them and you could really tell them their mistakes, which is the best.
Where can people find more information about them?
It's Instagram. I have an assistant posting and stuff, and
you
needs
also
to
do
open the door.
YouTube subscription.
Yeah, I do
too.
subscription. I do like a lot of, like tricks on subscription. So
Oh,
that's
really?
what I
On
do.
your
Yeah.
YouTube channel?
Mhm. No, it's not on YouTube. It's on Instagram.
Instagram. Okay, that's amazing.
Diana,
Okay. No, it's okay. Ready?
what's your thing? Like you wanna?
Yeah.
What would you like to?
Yeah.
Be
What would you like to plug?
Okay, what would I like to plug? So right now I'm like focusing on my salon, and I'm doing extensions right now, keratin extensions. I love them.
Amazing.
And I have a lot of destination weddings coming up. So that's what I'm excited for.
Awesome. So where
Yeah.
can people find out information about the salon? That's where the 318 salon,
Actually,
right?
yes. The salon, I wasn't so good like promoting it because I'm like, I didn't want, like, this is only for
It's more
me.
exclusive.
It's more exclusive.
Yeah.
It's only for private,
Okay, love that.
classes.
That's
And
amazing.
but I probably will have to introduce
Do
it a little bit more.
grand
Yes.
opening. She never did the grand opening.
I never did
It's
a
just
grand
more
opening
like,
because right now I had two things at the same time. We had the
She
salon
was building her house.
and
yeah.
building my house too. We were like moving
lot.
back and forth and stuff. So it was a little hard for me and working. So I have to give some love to the salon
Yeah.
and post it more.
No, it's beautiful. It's
but
absolutely
this salon is more like really just for them, like, or like even I come and
Yeah,
do
because we were
trials
working
here.
from home.
But,
it was hard. I was like, my
Yeah.
mom didn't even want a salon. I was like,
I
Mom,
never
was like, we
wanted
need
a salon.
Like, we need
Honestly,
to...
this is not even a salon.
is
I
a
don't call
smart
it a
move.
salon. This is a studio.
Studio.
2 floors. I have 2 floors. Downstairs is for colors, and here is just for me. When I do trials, reels,
Amazing.
classes.
It's not a salon that you could come. Oh,
That
like
you come and make an
You
appointment.
don't
and get
walk in
service.
here.
No.
You don't walk in
Got
here.
it.
You're just like, this is only for us. I
Love it.
always
This is like
wanted
your
something.
playroom.
My
Yeah.
place, and it's all white. I love white.
It's beautiful.
My bridal
It's
is
hard
white.
to-
My
so chic,
salon
so
is white. I
keep
even
clean.
like light stuff, as you can see. I'm
I
always
love
wearing
it.
white.
Actually, for your wedding day, we were dressed up in white. Me and
yes,
her.
we have a photo of that.
Yeah, it's like so
With
beautiful.
sweatpants though.
But I do love white, so that's
Yeah.
like a good energy. I want
love
good
it.
energy around me.
Nice and
So,
bright.
yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
We can
Thank
find
you for having
you by
us.
Drita. You can find you on social media at Senada KXO.
Oh.
Don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget that. And Diana, everyone can find you at Diana Styles.
Diana D Styles. Yeah, that's me.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys so much. I
Thank
love
you so much for having
Seriously,
us.
Oh, we
so
love
much.
you,
And
Gab.
Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We did it. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Whether you listened to it on your walk, in your car, during your morning routine, or at home, please take a second to subscribe and leave a rating and a review. Make sure to follow the podcast on Instagram at the I'm Factor Podcast to be a part of and engage in our awesome community. I would love to hear from you, so please leave a comment on this episode's Instagram post with what your favorite moment or takeaway was. Please feel free to DM me with topics and guests you would like to hear from and see on the podcast. Thanks for listening, and I will see you on the next episode.